Hi guys, so today I'm going to do a book review video, and you might see a pattern in this video. I have 4 animal books and 2 just like regular random books that I have. So the first one I have is a V.C. Andrews book. It's the last V.C. Andrews book that I have that's not in a series, so you won't see me do V.C. Andrews books probably until this summer coming up, or like the fall. But this is called V.C. Andrews' My Sweet Audra. It's not a series book. I guess it was like the first book she made, because it doesn't have a series in it, and it's only one book. Or Audrina, one of them. I don't know how you say it. Like, it sounds weird, and it's like the name is pronounced differently from like when I would think it sounded like in the book. But this is what it looks like, and the craziest thing is that I got this book, I started reading this book, and then I went to Walmart, and I found the book there, and it said that it was going to be made into a movie. This one right here, I got at a flea market, or a book sale, something like that. I think it was a book sale, and sorry guys, that was like my other hand, and I liked it. It's about this girl, and her name is Audrina. I think that's how you say it, and she's the second one. Well, supposedly she's the second one, and what she has to do is she has to get the first Audra's gifts, and here, towards the end of the book, she learns something shocking about the first Audra, and I think her mother dies. Her mother dies, and she had a mentally disabled child, so she's taking care of that too, and she lives with her like sister, but it's not really her sister, and her father and her real sister, and that's it for that book. That book was really good. Like, even though it wasn't like a series book, it was really, really good. Like, I would highly recommend you that one. This next one, I don't recommend you get, because it wasn't that good. It was The Cat Who Lived Forever, and it's by Peter Gethers. I don't know how you say his last name. And this is I didn't know it, but this is the 3rd book in like a series that he has. And the first book is The Cat Who Went to Paris, and then A Cat Abroad. So this is the last one in the series. This is about the cat's last, like, couple years. And the cat's name is Norton. It's a Scottish folded ear cat. I think that's what they said it was in the book. And this book, like, that's the author right there, if you can see it. But, this book really wasn't that good. Like, the chapters were really long. Like, there was 10 chapters, I think. Yeah, 10 chapters in this book. And they were really long. And this book was really dry, which I just think of as really boring. Like, and I felt like the author, like, there was too many, things in this book where stuff was in parentheses, and it was really annoying to me. And it just seemed like the author, was just jealous of his cat because his cat was more famous than he was. That's what it sounded like. So it really wasn't that good of a book. And it was just about Norton and his like, elder years, I guess. And it was about, how he got sick and what his owner had to do to take care of him. And then he got even more sick. And you guys would know the rest of the book anyway. But, this one, I read a book. I got at a book sale. This one I got at a book sale, too. And if you remember, I don't know if you know me that long, but I did a book review on a book that was written by the same authors, and it was about Dewey, who was a cat who lived in a library, who they found in a cold winter's day in the library book drop box. And then the second book that I read, I got from the dollar store, because I didn't know that there was a first book. The second one I read was about just like little stories about different cats that help change their owners' lives and stuff like that. If I find that video, I'll link it below. But this is how that book became to be, the second book. And this is Dewey, the small town library cat who touched the world, and it's by Vicki, Myron and Bret, Witter. I don't know how you say their last names. I probably am pronouncing half these authors' names wrong anyway. But this was the book that inspired the second book. And this is what it looks like. This is about Dewey. That's Dewey the cat. And I just told you, he lives in the library. And it's just about his life in the library and how he makes everybody's day feel better and nicer and cheerful, stuff like that. And the chapters were really short. There was only 27 chapters in that book. They were really short, and it was a really cute book. I highly recommend you read that one because it's so cute. It was really sad, though. Like, some of the chapters were about her life. Vicki, the like librarian there, and she puts stuff about her life in. Some of her life stuff like almost made me cry, and the cat stuff made me cry a little bit too at the end. So this isn't a biography book about an animal, but this is a series of books that this girl wrote, and it's about a guy who has 2 cats to help him solve mysteries. I know it's like a little cliche, but this is called The Cat Who Lived High by Lilian Braun. I don't know I don't know how you say her last name either, but this is what it looks like. I got this book at a book sale also, and this is what it looks like. And this one is about the cat. They go to like a hotel that if they can't find a buyer for the hotel, then this hotel's gonna get destroyed in this other town, and they go to this hotel to stay, and a murder happened, and the cat is really attracted to this picture of the artist drew of mushrooms, and that's how his owner figures out who killed the person that was murdered in this book. It was really good. It really wasn't really boring like the last one I read was really bad, but that one was really good. Those books are usually really good, and they do have an order in them, but I didn't know that until I looked it up. But I just read like them in any order. So this is a biography book about a dog, and border collies are like one of my favorite of all favorite dogs. So I love this book, and this is by John Katz. I don't know if that's how you say his last name or not. But I have read another book that I never did a book review on before I even started doing book reviews on YouTube, and it's called The Dogs of Bedlam Farm. And that's how I started got into his books. Like, he has that one about his first year on the farm, and then he has 2 books. One I read on my mom's Kindle, and it was about his border collie named Rose, and this book is about his other dog named Orson, and it's called A Good Dog, The Story of Orson Who Changed My Life, and this is what it looks like. That's Orson. And there was 14 chapters in this book, and it was just about how Orson was like an aggressive dog because he would get distracted because they live on a farm, a sheep farm. So he would get distracted with herding, and he would hurt some of the sheep and stuff like that. So it was about his life with Orson and trying to figure out what Orson could do on his farm. And there's also like pictures, like every chapter there's like a picture on the side of his dogs, and here's one of them. This is his dogs, Rose, Clem, and Pearl. He had Labradors too. So Rose is the border collie, and then Clem and Pearl are the Labradors. This book was really good, and it wasn't that sad, but it was sad, and I didn't agree with what he did in the book, and I don't think many people probably did, but this is the last book I have. I got this at Five Below. Five Below is a store where you can get stuff for $1 to $5, and this is called The People Who Changed the World. And it doesn't have an author, it just says Igloo Books, so that's the publisher, I guess. But it's just about like 100 or so people who changed the world, and there's some that are like on here already, and some of them were really weird. Like, you would only know that there was one about like those like truck cargo things on boats, like person invented that. And then some were like recognizable, like Mother Teresa was in here, Nelson Mandela, Elvis, Muhammad Ali, John F. Kennedy was in here. There was a lot of surprising people who were in this book too, but this book was really, really good. And I liked it. Like, I read it, it took me like 2 days to read it because like every 2 pages was a new person. And they were really cute, like, they were just like little biographies, like it says like their name and then when they were born and if they died, like what year they died, and then like what ethnicity they are, like if they're American or Polish or French or something, and then what their job or career was, and then it gives like a little, like a paragraph of a summary of what they did, and then a paragraph of their life, and then like all the rest of the paragraphs are about what they did. Like Neil Armstrong was in here, and they talked about, you know, him going to the moon, stuff like that. So yeah, so that was that one. I highly recommend you get this one too. Like, it's really cute, and there's probably a lot of people in this book that people probably don't even know about. So that was my book review. Comment below and tell me some of your favorite books for this month. Please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time with another video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.